There once lived a man in the land of Uz. His name was Job, blameless, upright, a man who feared God and turned away from evil. He was not only wealthy in goods, but in goodness. 7 sons, 3 daughters, 10 blessings of his blood. His estate stretched like a river, 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 donkeys trotting through his fields. Servants filled his house, but none more faithful than he. He rose early, offering sacrifices not for his sins alone, but for his children, in case in the joy of their feasting they forgot the Lord. Job wasn't just righteous, he was tender, thoughtful, rich not just in land, but in love, in reverence. He didn't wait for crisis to call on God, he walked with him. His community called him blessed. Strangers honored his word. The poor were fed at his gate, the widow clothed by his kindness. He was the man who stood when others fell, who knelt when others ran. And yet, in heaven, his faith would be summoned for trial. High above Uz, the sons of God stood in assembly, the stars of morning, radiant and reverent. But then a shadow, one who came uninvited, Satan, the accuser. God, firm and all-knowing, asked, "From where have you come?" Satan circling, voice smooth yet sharp, he says, "From roaming to and fro on the earth, walking back and forth in it, watching, testing, watching who truly fears you and who only flatters." God said, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man who fears God and shuns evil." Satan laughs softly. "Does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not built a hedge around him, his house, his wealth, his children, his fields, flourishing on every side? Stretch out your hand, touch all that he has, and I swear he will curse you to your face." God pauses, then speaks with authority. "Very well, all that he has is in your power. Only do not lay a hand on the man himself." The throne room dims slightly. Satan vanishes into darkness. At Job's home, a feast day, servants bustle. Job is at peace, perhaps in prayer. One by one, messengers arrive, panting, dust-covered, terrified. The first messenger burst in, panting and breathless. The oxen were plowing, and the donkeys feeding beside them, when the Sabaeans raided and struck them down. "Your servants are slain. I alone have escaped to tell you." Before Job can react, the second messenger rushed in. Fire of God fell from heaven. It burned the sheep and the servants, consumed them. I alone survived. The third messenger stumbles in. The Chaldeans formed 3 bands. They raided the camels and killed your men. Only I escaped. And then, the fourth messenger, trembling with grief. Your sons and daughters were feasting. A great wind came from the wilderness. It struck the house, and it collapsed on them. They are gone, my Lord, all of them. A low hum begins to rise, as if the world holds its breath. Job rises slowly. Pain surges through his face. He tears his robe, shaves his head, falls to the ground. Job, in a trembling voice that rises to clarity, proclaimed, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked shall I return. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." He weeps, not a cry of despair, but surrender. The dust rises around him. Back in the heavenly realm, in the throne room, stillness. The angels watch, God sits, eyes heavy with eternal wisdom. Satan appears again. God said gently but with power, "You moved against him without cause, yet he still holds fast to his integrity." Satan mocking, "Skin for skin. A man will give all he has for his life. Stretch out your hand, touch his flesh and bone, and he will surely curse you to your face." God said, "He is in your hand, but spare his life." Satan returned. "Touch his body," he said. "Then we'll see." Boils erupted from head to heel. Job sat on ash, scraping sores with broken pottery. Sleep escaped him. Breath burned. Pain was his new skin. His wife, crushed by grief, said, "Curse God and die." But Job whispered, "Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" He didn't understand, but he still trusted. His friends came to mourn. For 7 days they sat in silence. Then their words turned sharp. "Surely, Job, you've sinned." Defensive, searching. Job cried out, "I don't understand. I want to plead my case before God." He wasn't proud, just broken, desperate, deep and emotional. He held on to God, not for blessings, but because there was nowhere else to go. Even in silence, he stayed. Then God came, not with answers, but with questions. "Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Can you command the dawn? Do you feed the lion? Can you loosen Orion's belt?" And Job answered, "I have spoken of things I did not understand. I repent in dust and ashes." He didn't receive explanation, but he received God, and that was enough. God restored Job, twice the sheep, twice the camels, 7 more sons, 3 daughters, no one in the land as beautiful as they, peaceful, fulfilled. Job lived 140 more years, saw 4 generations, died full of days of grace of God. To you watching now, if your faith is being tested, if your prayers echo unanswered, if your heart aches like Job's, hold on. Even now, heaven is watching, and grace is near.